Hey Taurus, it's April, the Organic Alchemist, and I am here with your monthly, no, too many cards, monthly new moon and abundance reading. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button for me. If you want to see more of it, please subscribe because there is plenty more to come. Also, please comment. I am just starting out trying to figure out what you guys like, what's beneficial, what's useful. So your feedback is invaluable. And then finally, if you do feel the desire or are drawn to leave a tip, donation, or other form of love offering or blessing, the ways to do that are in the description box below. All right, so let's just get started. What is the overall theme for our Tauruses? Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, mending, connecting, and releasing, or healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So that is the overall theme that is going on for you, Taurus, for this new moon into the first quarter. All right, so let's see where our Taurus is on the map. Where are you on the map right now, Taurus? Where are you on your journey? Let's see what we got here. Magic prayer. So that is really about being in this place of, it's a time of focusing your intention and creating your way of connecting with spirit, or reconnecting with that way in which you connect with spirit. Whether it, and when I see magic prayer, that's telling me that it's about bringing it to life. So it's not about just rah, 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 but it's how do you bring that to life for yourself? What is the ritual, the ceremony that you create around that? So that's kind of where you are in that path of taking your spiritual path, your way of connecting, setting intention, and speaking to the universe or God, or however you interact with the divine, and bringing that alive for yourself, bringing the magic to that for yourself. So how is this energy manifesting in the lives of our Tauruses? Let us see. So it looks like your fifth chakra, the throat chakra, there's some imbalance there. So that's how this energy is manifesting, where you may be feeling challenged in your communications, in expressing yourself. Yeah, even I'm sorry, a text just came in and that just totally threw me off. I'm sorry, but I needed to see it because it means that I can sit here and continue to do readings. But yeah, that is, you know, about the throat chakra. So communication, clarity, your truth, and whether or not you're speaking truth or people are speaking truth about you. So that's kind of how this energy is flowing into your reality. And that may, you know, be part of what needs to be healed. And I can see that both on either whether it's someone who isn't speaking their truth to you, or you aren't speaking your truth to them, to healing that. But then also in the magical prayer aspect, finding your voice, your expression, is going to be a part of this as well. Your spiritual form of expression. So that's what I'm seeing there with that. All right. So how is this showing up in the experiences of our Tauruses? All right, so Tauruses, you guys just are not feeling very fruitful. You're not feeling like you can really move forward with stuff, but you are, yeah, and it's all related to, again, the sense of deception and there not being a truth. So you are moving out of that. So it feels like there's something going on that just was not That is the second time that I have done that. I did that in the reading that I just did that in the Aries reading. So that was the Empress. She was reversed. She did not want to stay in my hand. I don't know why, but she wanted to go over there and play. So we're going to let her play for a minute. But the Empress in reverse is a lack of abundance. It's something not coming to fruition. It's something that doesn't get birthed or is maybe even stillborn. And I don't necessarily mean that in terms of a child, but more of an idea. I mean, that may have happened for very few of you, but I feel that it's more in the realm of either some sort of idea or project or relationship. And this was something that you were passionate about, but it's really kind of knocked your self-confidence. You're just not, you're just not sure. You've definitely like, you're not passionate about it anymore. You're just like, oh God, I can't believe this just happened. But you are moving away from that. You have kind of whatever deception it has been, it started to be revealed or it's going to be revealed. So whatever this was that just did not get off the ground, where it not getting off the ground really affected your confidence and your passion around whatever that was. Like I said, whether it was a project or a person. And I think it affected it because there was deception. There was either deception or you weren't able to express your truth. And so you're just moving away from that to a place where either you can express your truth or you're no longer dealing with that level of deception. And I'm getting that it may have been a situation where you were, because the Empress is like abundance. It's like no joke abundance. It's not like, the Four of Wands or something where it's like, oh yeah, you did good. You achieved some things. No, this is the Empress is like serious, works through your poverty consciousness, abundance. And so the fact that there was an opportunity for that there, but it didn't go well, I feel like that was part of, like, you might have been promised more than could have possibly manifested from that. And that's part of what you're seeing. Or you could have gotten that level of success and abundance, but you weren't allowed to do it your way, to speak your truth, to express in a way that would allow for that to happen. So what guidance does Spirit have? What affirmation can our Tauruses focus on to get the most beneficial outcome from this scenario, Spirit? Non-attachment. I am certain that I will reach my goal while letting go of how it will happen. So whatever the scenario was where you had an opportunity to make that happen, let go of that. Let go of how it's going to happen, because the universe is telling you with that, like, no, we're supporting you and what this is that you want to do. Just, this person or this situation was not the way to do it. Like, they don't have your level of integrity, or they don't truly appreciate what it is that you're bringing to the table. So they're not giving you the freedom to do it in the right way. And the universe is telling you, like, no, it's going to happen. You just have to let it go, because it's probably going to be some other way. So let's see what the abundance angels, what message they have for you around this. Let us see. Do the work. So I don't feel like this is in relationship to the physical work. Even though this card is about, it's not enough to dream or pray, you have to take positive steps. I feel like you have been taking positive steps. I feel like that's part of what happened. I don't feel like this fell out because you didn't do the work. So I feel like, one, it's going back to this idea of magical prayer and really enlivening your spiritual path and your intention setting and doing the healing and mending that you need to do. The other thing that it could be is in doing the work in, okay, yeah, sure, people don't want you to do it that way, but you need to do it the way that you know that it's going to work, and just do it. And so that may be that as well, is just use your voice and find your voice and allow yourself to express your voice regardless of what's going on, because that's going to work. All right. So what light work, shadow work do our Tauruses need to do to get the best possible outcome here? What shadow work our Tauruses working through? What light work are they living into, Spirit? What is going on for our Tauruses? All right, one more. Okay, there we go. Oh, interesting. So there is some element of the femme fatale archetype that is coming through here. And that came through in the, that the shadow work aspects were what you were actually working through right now. So you're not quite too living into the light attributes. And it's the inappropriate use of sensuality or an attachment to money and power. So again, what I feel, and there was another reading, is I feel like this is something that you've projected outside of yourself. So I don't feel like you're working through this archetype internally as part of yourself, that shadow aspect. I feel like that's what you're experiencing. Now, some of you may be, but that's not what I'm getting from this reading. What I'm getting is that that's what's being presented to you. And in that whole idea of either being presented with, an over exaggeration of what could happen, or not being able to get to what you know can happen because you're not allowed to use your voice. I feel that that's a result of the attachment to power and money. And so in working into embodying the light attributes, it's opening your heart, even, when people aren't willing to do it your way. So it's still, so in that whole sense of self-expression, it is either finding a scenario where people are going to allow you it's basically finding a place where you're going to be able to speak your truth and do you, boo. Like that's because that's what's going to make you successful is doing you, is you being able to express whatever this is. Again, and this could be a romantic relationship, but again, I generally tend to, for the abundance and manifestation readings, they generally tend to be like work related or related to like projects that you're working on that are bringing you some sort of financial and abundant fulfillment. And so, yeah, so it's you finding, I really do think that it's you figuring out how to navigate a system that may not want you to speak your voice, because it doesn't bring, they don't think it's going to bring money, even though you know that it will. And so I feel like that's kind of what you're working through there. So the personal growth, soul evolution work for our Tauruses, Spirit, for this new moon. Okay, we'll take that one. And then one more, Spirit. The personal growth, soul evolution work for our Tauruses. See what we got here. All right, and that makes perfect sense there. All right, so surrender your resentments. So I can totally understand how in this scenario you would be resentful. But remember, when you're focusing on being resentful, you can't focus on the next step and manifesting. You're also focusing on blame instead of just learning your lessons and moving your little tail on. And then surrendering low self-esteem. Like I said, I really do feel like, to a certain extent, and I feel like that this really kind of affected your self-esteem. And so surrendering that idea that what happened here is a reflection of you or your talents. That is not the case. This is not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of your talents. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of putting money before creativity. And that's kind of what's going on. And so I really do feel like you're looking for scenarios where you don't have to do that anymore. So let's see if our Tauruses do their work, Spirit. What outcome are they looking at? All right. What outcome? Oop, I like it already. What outcome are our Tauruses looking at if they go ahead and they do their work, Spirit? What are they looking at? All right, so we have a this is like awesome sauce. This is like, I don't know why I'm stirring awesome sauce. Yeah. So one of the outcomes that you can expect is actually getting recognition for your talent. And this recognition may come in the form of vocal recognition, but the Three of Pentacles is also really about starting to get compensated. So now that may not mean financial compensation just yet, though I know for some of you it definitely will. but it may be like the beginning, like that recognition gets you the contract, gets you the gig, gets you the person, you know, who knows, but that recognition is coming. Then we have temperance, you finding a balance, but this is a balance. And again, it goes back to magical prayer. What a lot of people don't know about the temperance card is the temperance card is actually about alchemy. If you can see, she is doing right there. We usually have the as above, so below. This is the so below, as above. And so it's the bringing the full circle. It's the recognition of not only how our thoughts and our energy come down and manifest into our reality, but the temperance card is how the circumstances of our reality reflect our inner world. And so I think that is why you're being asked to really start to bring your practice alive, whatever it is. Like, y'all, seriously, you can be a Christian and bring that alive. You can be any faith, any magical spiritual path and bring that alive and bring the magic into it. And then finally, we have the 8 of Swords. And this is, you know, in your scenario, I wouldn't normally say this, but this is someone coming to help you see that your imprisonment was of your own making. It was your own making, and they're coming to help you out of that. And I really feel in this and to help you move forward. So there is definitely someone, and that may be, that doesn't necessarily have to be someone outside of you. That can be one of your spiritual guides who can do that as well. But I also feel like for some of you that there's going to be either a person, a job, a group of people or something that helps you to have that deeper realization of how you contributed to this. And in that, what that brings to you, and that's going to be part of the healing that you're going to be doing, is your ability to not make those same mistakes again, to understand the thought forms, the way of thinking, the stories that you were telling that allowed them to manifest in the first place. All right. And Taurus, final messages for our Taurus here. What are the final messages? What's the final message for Taurus? Ooh, you guys got 2. I'm just going to keep them both because that's what we do. So the first one is have faith in your dreams. And the second one, and I love that it's again a new moon, because I do really feel like these cards, because there are times, so and we're actually so we're going to be going into the waxing crescent, and we're at the new moon. So there is a new start coming, and continue to have faith and believe in your dreams. And I believe that the timing of that is now. You know, because we're going into a new moon on February 4th, and then we'll be going into the waxing crescent. And so, you know, there may be some challenges as you come into the waxing crescent, and look out for the energy and shadow work soul evolution readings next week, because they will tell you how to deal with some of that. All right, my Tauruses, lots of love to you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I, as always, really hope that it was useful and beneficial, and I will see you guys next reading. Bye.